Changing a night underwater bearing. Tessa Knight will demonstrate replacing the night underwater bearing, a new design for propeller shaft bearings. The night underwater bearing, or KUB, was designed to drastically reduce the labor involved with replacing a cutlass bearing. In fact, it's now so easy, a diver can replace it underwater, or you can inspect your bearing at your next haul out. Semi-permanent anaerobic Loctite is used, along with lock washers, on the through bolt to hold the retainers to the frame. The retainers hold the two internal rubber half bearings together. The rubber bearings are in a perfect cylinder, providing 9/1000ths of an inch water clearance around the shaft. To begin disassembly, 7 of the 8 nuts are removed from the through bolts. We leave one intact to make sure everything stays together until we're ready. An aluminum shim is provided to take the weight of the shaft off the rubber bearing. The weight is now put on the frame of the housing. Next, the washers are removed. It helps to partially push in the bolts, then push them back. This puts the washer on the tip of the bolt. Tessa gracefully removes the washers. If you're replacing a KUB underwater, a tight-knit mesh bag comes in handy so you don't lose your hardware. Note that the propeller stays in place during the whole process. Before removing the last through bolt, make sure to hold the 2 retainers together, just in case they fall apart, but typically they'll be stuck together a little bit. If they are, insert a flathead screwdriver into the pry slots to get them apart. You now have access to the 2 half bearings. The half bearings may also be stuck together a little bit. Give them a tap and they should fall right apart. Now the fun part. You can check out your bearing for wear, and you can also check out the shaft where the bearing was to see if it's been scored. This is a unique feature of the night underwater bearing system. Tessa now inserts 2 new half bearings into the retainers. A bit of pine tar is placed on the backing of the bearing to keep it in place in the retainer. The 2 retainers can be placed back onto the frame. You can now reassemble your night underwater bearing, making sure to use a little bit of Loctite on the through bolts. Even though Tessa had never replaced a night underwater bearing, it only took her 25 minutes to change it out.